Hi, my lilies. I'm back with another video. I know it's been a little minute, but yeah, I got really busy. So I just want to kind of give you guys an update on what I'm using right now. Good morning to you guys. Basically today I am going to be kind of catching up on some videos for you guys, so you'll probably see me more than once today with an upload. For now, this is going to be my first as far as for with these two babies. You guys probably saw me last in this baby here, which is my 2025. I did end the year in this for, I'll probably do a flip through of this one along with my prayer journal as well, to let you guys see how that ended for me. They are both completed. So we'll take a little sneak peek of that too today. But for the most part, I want to go ahead and just show you guys these two. You guys have seen this before. This is my trusty moterm. I bought this maybe 2018, and she has been holding up so wonderfully. Just got a little imperfections, but for the most part, it basically, whatever happens to it, happens to it. I love to see the imperfections just grow on it. So that's where I am with that. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes, but this right here is what I really wanted to focus on. This little guy, I just took out on a limb. I got this from Amazon, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. So I can just put my little pin in here, and pretty much I'm on the go. This is what I was using prior to going back into my rings. And I really just wanted something simple and quick so I can jot stuff down. As you can tell, I intended on using this for 2025 through 2026. And as I step through it, this is a Kokio Co LTD. I'm sorry. This is a Japanese planner. I got it from Amazon. Like I said, it's called a pin knot soft ring. So pretty much it's really flexible. I started it off with pretty much going in with what I needed for my routine. I usually put in a dashboard or something in the front, but because I needed this in a hurry, as you can tell, I just went right in with what I needed in the beginning of the book. For my iLily, for my shop, for pretty much my podcast, my blogging, any stories that I'm writing, things like that for Facebook, the snippets that I upload for Instagram, pretty much my schedule of what I do for you guys. This was back in October for this calendar. This included the marks that you see here is when I was doing my challenge for working out every single day, including in November. This was a technically like a 90-day challenge. It was not a 75 hard. So I basically put in what I was going to be doing, mostly walking and squats, arms, stretching. Mostly all of this stuff was going to be indoors. I know how can you walk indoors? You can. You truly can. It is definitely something I've seen from an older lady. She lost so much weight walking indoors because she couldn't walk outside. So there's no here or there, but this is December. This is some of the things that I did for December. I stopped actually counting in here and finished on my phone. So then I went into some episodes that I did for Ink and Impact. This was a Halloween episode, or a breakdown of what Halloween movies that I wanted to go ahead and address as a spiritual term, and the ones that I chose. If you guys want to listen, Ink and Impact, I am everywhere on all platforms. My season for right now, for season 1, is over. I will be picking back up soon. I start recording and everything going into March. So you guys check out in May. This is when it's going to start, because I started in May of last year. So I'm going to, June of last year, sorry. And this year I'm going to start in May to go ahead and add more episodes to the catalog for season 2. So that's my goal. My channel is mostly just a spiritual reflection on movies and daily topics and things like that we go through on a daily basis that kind of brings us back into his word and what he wants us to grasp from these movies and these people that have built so much importance in our lives. I talk on so many people, but Ink and Impact is mostly about the impact of the ink of writers, movies, and people who have stood the test of time, who has put their thoughts on paper, has basically tested and proven it right, that if you write what you need, you will never be forgotten, because what you've put on paper has been looked through and sought out. I speak on Tesla. I speak on pretty much anyone you think has put a stamp on history. This is also something for Ink and Impact. I leave some pages blank for my thoughts, and then I went into some numbers here. I'm not going to show you guys that because it's really just numbers. Then I go into a daily. This is from October 6th. I don't know who I was going to call here. I just put a number. So that was weird. Yeah, most of this is for work. Let's see, 10/7, 10/8. Yeah, these are dailies. This is a random grocery list that I put in there. Yeah, these are entries for journal entries that I do. I left it blank for the storyline that I never completed. Yeah, looks like an anxiety checklist. 10/10, another list, another journal entry. Looks like a conversation with someone about insurance. I do have my insurance license, so I do write things like that down in regards to who is needing it. So I write stuff like that down. This looks like a brain dump for an episode for Ink and Impact, where I was doing Emily for the Exorcism of Emily Rose. Yeah, for October. This is another grocery list. Let's see. These are dailies. 10/15, 10/12, 10/19. Yeah, I was writing it on one page. 10/16, 10/09, 11/9. Yeah. I was randomly drawing a picture there. 10/14. 10/22. I wrote some tickets here. Let's see. Yeah, this is an episode for October. Final Destination. I did all of them all together. This is episode 25. And all of the characters that I needed to actually kind of go into depth on. So remember, I am not doing anything with AI. All of this stuff is hand for me. And sometimes I'll put it in my phone as well if I need to, as far as for just, hurrying up and typing. But for the most part, I do use ChatGPT to align my script, but that is pretty much it. Everything else is me and my brain. Looks like 10/26, 10/27, 29, 28. So I was doing them on one page, looks like, for my dailies, because I was not needing a lot of room. And looks like for here, I jumped to like November 6th. Looks like another episode that I did for Ink and Impact, and then another episode here. Some random numbers for upgrades for a customer. Looks like a random need a new account. Yeah, something for work for a customer, another customer. Know why I left that blank. Skip to this page and wrote some random stuff down for an episode. So this whole book pretty much is going to be the key here to understanding my, I guess, lineup of how I wanted to address ink and impact. For the most part, I don't have a lot of blank pages, but when I see the blank page, it doesn't bother me because I know that pretty much I can kind of like just, rip it out and use it for something else. Because you see how I do these like random numbers everywhere too. So they help me with that. This is 11/11, my uncle's birthday. Looks like 11/12 was sit on the same page. See, I do tech support, so most of the time if I have a callback or something like that, that's why you see a phone number or some reason as to why I have a phone number here or something like that. Let's see, looks at this one. Angie, her son, she needed a waiver and a reference ticket. 12/17, 11/15. See how these two jumped? This is 11/13, 11/15. I didn't do anything for 11/14. Nothing. Yeah. So, and it could have been a weekend. I don't know. Let's see. From 12/17, I jumped to 12/21. Didn't really do anything here, but it looks like we did need to contact Richard for Orbic, his speed test for his device. So, another tech support thing. Looks like I had a voicemail issue for another customer. And then I had to write down these numbers for our business side for replacements. Let's see. 12/22, 12/23. So these were back to back. More than likely, this was because of Christmas. I needed to write down what I was going to be doing for Christmas for the release of the recording. Because I did go ahead and I did an episode for Christmas. Was this a daily? More likely this was a daily. Let's look at our NRB ticket. What else is on here? Looks like everything else is the same, random. Looks like I killed a bug with the book. So yeah, most of these are going to be the same. I randomly just be drawing. Yeah, this was a episode on YouTube for gravity, space, and time, for black holes, which is going to be a episode that I talk on for black holes and gravity. These will be two separate. So this is from yesterday. So this is where I left off. Most of the things that I write here, this is for my Bible planner. I wanted to see if I needed to change up my tabs. Okay, so this one is done. For the most part, I just jotted things down in there. More than likely, you guys are probably trying to see exactly what's in this baby. For this, I don't have any. I don't have a dime. I don't use the pockets on here. Nothing's in here. This is from 2023, so you can tell I did not. This is from Sterling ink, and I did not peel it off because I just loved it so much. I just kept it in there. Ironically, it is back February again when I pulled this out, but it's okay. I love it. This is just a random sticky note. I only got a couple pages left on here, so I just stuck that here. I have my dashboard that has little mini girls just kind of styled off into the side here. I have some blank paper in the front, and then this is what I was talking about as far as for my dashboard. This is just a random sticker, and then I put this in the background of it to kind of give it a little effect. But I usually do a dashboard that has this in the front. These are my goals and pick-me-ups, and they focus basically on what is important in life and for myself, which is fix yourself up. No one wants to slob. Gratitude journaling. Appreciate what he has given you. Apply yourself. This goes for work, school, and building your business and my health. Focus on the long run. Don't let negativity bring you down. Stay consistent, even if no one else is with is no even if no one else is with yourself. So these I just keep here, and they help me maintain what I need. Not to mention this book here, I got this from Dollar Tree, and I haven't really filled it all the way up, but this is what I was using for my episodes as well for season 2. So I would do an episode on this one, or a video for this for you guys to explain as well, but not right now because I am basically scripting and I can't let you know what I'm scripting about. So in the behind here is some stickers that I carry if I need some, and then prayers for myself. I am single, so I just try to make sure I, keep some confidence in who I am as a person. So I ask you to examine my heart, reveal my sinful ways. I thank you, God, for the gift of your salvation. I confess those sins and ask you to rule in my heart and my life. Lord, I confess total weakness and sinfulness. I confess my need for you. I acknowledge my desire to be dead to myself and alive in you, Jesus. And it continues on. These are definitely something to laminate for yourself if you haven't. Then I have my Lily girl in her bed. I love working in my bed. I know that's so horrible, but this woman here is basically the epitome of what I want for myself. To be sitting in bed with my Lily book, and then with a cup of coffee, just in her jammies, working probably. Not worried about anybody else, just getting some work done. But as far as for the book here, I usually do a brain dump, something like this, when I am trying to figure out what I want to personalize in my rings. This has definitely been the blueprint. I have not redid this. This has been this one here since 2023, but this one here was for 2025 for the goals. I kind of took the same concept that I did here. I did not want to throw this one away because I felt like this one was still pretty much the same thing I've been doing. So I just wanted to keep it as well for reference. And then on the back, I have some cleaning zones, some candle stuff that I did for my sister. I had a pain tracker at one point that I was trying to keep up with for my back and my side. I pretty much stopped because I didn't have much use for it anymore when I got treated. And then for my dailies, this is basically how it would look for me in here. This is not a typical neat. I don't usually do them this neat. But this is an example, I would say, for how neat I can be when I put my mind to it. But in other words, I'm pretty much not that neat when it comes down to writing a daily. This is another daily, some stuff that I had down for iLily, for downloading, I think for Canva. Yeah. As you can tell, I didn't write on the back. I usually don't like to if it is something that I feel as though is like the only thing that I needed. I didn't do it on this side, so I just went over to the next page. The same thing here. This is for like relaxation day. So life admin day. So where you just basically declutter and clear your mental clutter. You pay your bills, you schedule appointments, you meal prep, you grocery shop. That's usually pretty much what you do on a daily. You have your eventually day, a day to give your attention to those someone projects, something that you wanted to do, but you haven't really put your mind to it. Like read that book you've been waiting to start, or finish the list of your home remodel, clean out your closet, something like that. Potato day, obviously sounds exactly what it is. Unapologetically you resting. And from there, I have Reconnect Day, and then I have Offline Day. Reconnect Day is when you make time for the people that mean the most to you. You call, catch up with parents, or just do a lunch date, something, send a text to a friend. And Offline Day is where you truly are fully offline without screens, anything like that. Now, doing all of these in 1 week, you're going to probably piss somebody off. But for the meantime, you have options you can choose. You have your off script day, a day to shake things up, to break routine. And then you have your bold moves day, days to live outside of your comfort zone. Start a conversation with a stranger, take a business task, order something you've never tried. Or a deep work day, a day to limit yourself to one activity only, to work deeply. Focus only on one task that requires your deep focus. Tune out of other distractions. And then this one over here, I don't know why I jumped over here, but throwback day, a day to revisit and relive good memories from childhood. Finger painting, drawing with chalk, something that will trigger that throwback Thursday. Tickets. I'm not really sure what this one is. Donate a seed. Oh, okay, that was for church. When to post. This was I think a log that I was writing down from Instagram or something for my algorithm. Then you see some blank, just one. Yeah, just one. And then I, for some reason, went to this page to write this down. But my gardeners for Instagram and Facebook for iLily, and some other stuff for iLily. This is just a piece of transparent paper that I cut when I laminated it. And I put some stickers in there as well that I liked. And I left it like clear. Best decision I've ever made because I love it. I don't know why. I put goals here, but I don't really need this tab. It's not goals, is what that is. But see, goals is there too. This is actually my daily section that I started for 2026. I did not start in this book. As you guys noticed, I was still in this. But I did keep these because I was going to go ahead and back plan to put in what I did for these days. But instead, I moved in on week 3 here. Yeah, these are 2. I did the same thing with this one. Put some stickers in the laminator and then laminated it, and then I cut it out for a bookmark, and then I can take it out if I want to as well. It is not attached to this one, but this one is for me to be able to write lines and stuff. I did the concept here like a Hobonichi. I put the weeks and then I put in a piece of paper in between, and then I did the same thing here. The only difference is for this week it would be on this side for the open space, and then same thing over here. I would flip over and this comes into March. With a blank page, you can tell that the concept is pretty much the same. I went all the way through, but I did not date these. I only put March at the top. I don't really like to put in a lot of color, as you can tell. I'm not really a color girl. I love pen though. Oh, let me show you what pen I am using. My trusty Pilot Juice 0.38. I love this pen. This is like my best friend. And then I use my mild liner. And then if I want to put tabs or anything, then I use these that I need to put tabs in. But I usually don't put tabs if I don't need to. I'll just go ahead and just move my lady here if I need to save a spot, because her head sticks out. Okay, so then moving on, calendar wise, as you can tell, I basically took a piece of paper and drew on it, put these stickers on it, and wrote the word calendar. This is a tab that I just don't want to get rid of because it still sticks. Oh my god, this tab has been lifted and lifted and lifted and put back and it still sticks. Wonderful. This is my monthly, so I don't keep my monthlies from the prior month in. I just take them out because it just bulks up the planner. So yeah, for the monthlies, I usually do not write a lot, but I can show you what I usually write. In my bigger planner. So I took out the pages. I don't take them out of here though. So my monthly, so you'll see this is from last year, and this is how they usually look. Now I use color here because, as you can tell, it's a lot going on, so I need color to understand what I'm looking at. I did go ahead, and this is social media for Ink and Impact, and then for Bible study, for my promos, pretty much anything that I have going on. I use the big calendar here to kind of map out exactly what I wanted to do, maybe discounts, promotions, anything dealing with events for family, the episodes, my studies, they're all in here. So this is like my end all be all. As you can tell, when I don't have a lot going on, is mostly with like social media. I did not do a lot here, just mostly Ink and Impact in my studies. But for the most part, this is what I use to like build what I need in here. So moving on. Next tab is from a, oh my gosh, where is this from? Maybe hot like Michael's or something, from a planner that I had. I don't know why I put home there, but yeah, I do know why, because these are my projects. This is a random Edie for work. I don't need that as like hiding it, but it's there. Projects that I do. Sorry for my handwriting. I know that it is small. I love my handwriting when I write this small because I can fit a lot on the page. These are for NRB tickets that I really just don't designate here. As you can tell, I randomly just put them in on the daily. So I'm not really just incorporating this section the way I want to, but I did keep it because I can go in and recycle these pages if I want to. I do not mind if I mess up. I have really gotten to terms, like came to terms with messing up and being a part of the whole concept of, writing things down. So I don't really care that I, messed up on this, or not really technically messed up, but don't intend on using it the way I set it up. So I'm kind of okay with that. Still the same thing, but we jump on to work for the work tab. The work tab is going to be based off bonuses when I get at work, what I get at work, and the requirements for the bonuses and what we need. I do this throughout. I did this, this is 2024, 2025, and then I go into 2026. So I do actually use these. I know it doesn't look like it, but I did. I just put down the number that I made for bonus. And then these are my callbacks and my GPAs. This is recent. So as I stated, I do use this for work, to write down like hot numbers that I need for calling people. And then I basically just refilled this one so I have enough for calls. Going forward, this little guy here comes out because this is literally, I made this, and the way I made it is just like literally a pocket that I slipped in stuff for. And from here, I used pretty much like random pictures that I got from out of a Secret Santa gift that I got from one of my friends, and it had like a bunch of these like designs on them. So I just put them in there to hide the information that I have, in here. I'm not going to go through this because if I do, it probably will be a little bit longer video, and I do not want a longer video of a flip. As I stated, I do write randomly numbers down, and this is one of those. Holiday gifts, GPAs, my stats. I wrote this down for a setup for me for my layout, but I'm probably going to come back to this, so I'm not going to take that out just yet. Okay, so then here is another piece of laminated piece of paper that I did, and I just put some stickers in there, and I put down list for this one, and then I did the same thing for this one here. Now for this one, I did this one with a piece of stock. I don't know what you want to call this, but I love it. Yeah, paper pad. So I have like different, I got this from Michael's as well. I'm probably going to get another one. I've had this for years. But you have like all of these like different pieces of paper that have like designs on it. Mostly the same ones are in here now because I've taken out all the ones that I liked. But these are the ones that are left. And I'm probably going to make some more because I've been using the same ones for a long minute. But I'm going to go ahead and put this back in there. And same thing for this. This is personal. We're coming into some trackers that I did manually that I like wrote down. This is for, and I do not know why I did not update this, but I do have it in this one as well. So I'm gonna probably come back to this and update it, but I probably may just do a new one because this one is pretty flimsy. This one is for followers gained for iLily and my workouts. That was basically just a random divider that I got from a planner. This is Midori paper that I actually cut out, and I am going to be using for studies and also writing down scripts if I need to in here. If I gain an idea that I want to kind of go ahead and elaborate on, I'm going to use this paper here. As you can tell, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with this paper. This is from my Hobonichi, and I did go ahead and cut this out so I can use the paper. I don't actually need this anymore. This is when I was having some issues breaking a smoking habit that I had, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out because I don't need it anymore. Some things that I needed from Amazon. Don't really technically need that. I'm going to put that down somewhere else. And you see, I'm just kind of just ripping it out. That's literally what I do. Oh, and then I put these together. This should be actually in my work section. So I'm going to put that here. So that way I won't lose that. Okay. Okay, and then going forward is another, like a pocket that I made. And then, like I said, this is from a planner thing that I got for Secret Santa. Another layout of pretty much what I would do for dailies, weeklies, and monthlies. And then I'll put what I want to do for faith, habit, updates, sinking funds, bills, debt, routine, anything like that. They all go here in a daily. But this is for me to understand, like acknowledge what I need. And I don't have to go in and do this layout anymore and break down exactly what I need and what I do on my dailies. I basically have it here, and I can just take this out if I want to go ahead and set up a new planner or something. My callback list is the same as my work list. I would write stuff down on here if I needed to, but this callback list is personal. So like for if I need to set up a doctor's appointment or something like that. Oh, I was on the wrong side. Let's see. It looks like something for my Bible study. For the shop, a journal entry. Looks like for Agile, Scrum Master, Scrum, Behavior Development, Pair Programming, Scrum. So I'm in the tech world, so this blank paper for that. I'm in the tech world, so in the tech world you have this thing called Scrum, and you can transition into a lot of other companies with Scrum as well. I encourage others to try to I guess venture off into learning other segments, or just, Coursera is this is not a sponsor video, by the way. Coursera gives you a lot of options to choose from for like just learning new things, and I do pretty much do that here in this book. So I did project management, HR, and then I do project management, process management, and HR development, and then some things I did on black holes. So all of these things in here are pretty much my certifications that I've done with Coursera. So if you guys do not do things like this, I encourage you to. It helps to broaden your mind on a lot of things. And then going next is going to be this tab here, which is another divider that I probably got from another planner. Just a little pocket here with a random background sticky. And then James 4:15, remember you are the mist. If the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. If the Lord says the same. So, this little girl here with her puppy. And then every perfect gift is from above, James 1:17. And then here is some more information for you guys on my business. Ideas for an episode of Ink and Impact, and these are blank. And lastly is my 2 pages here. Same thing here. These are callbacks. I love the fact that I did not throw this away. And then my DBA, office, some stuff for work, I think. And then back here, same. It's just a little tab that I keep so that way the pages on this does not bend, this bends. And then I kept this here because it's too wide. So I was going to go ahead and remake this, but I put iLily on the back. And then as you can tell, I do have a pocket. In my pocket, I carry a lot of things that are personal, but I do have some stickers in here, some things I need to do with calling people and stuff like that. So paperwork stuff. So that's pretty much it. This is going to be my flip of my 2 most recent books that I am currently in. I'm pretty much going to be revamping this soon, so going in with some more inserts, more dividers, just kind of switching it up. I really do not do that a lot, so I may do a video on that soon. I need to go ahead and get my inserts for it. The ones that I normally use for my inserts are going to be the memo pages that come along with the inserts on Amazon. And don't know if I have any to show you here, but I'm going to see if I can find some. I don't have any. No, I think I do. Yeah, I do. Right here. This is what I usually use. And I love them. It has, I have this little space at the top to write a daily or random numbers, things like that. And then down here, I can go ahead and put in scripture if I want to. I can put the date if I want to. And then on the back here as well, same thing. So these are what I usually buy and what I usually use. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some more of these so I can have them. I've already used up the pack that I have, so that's why you don't see any in here. And you see mostly of like pages from the Hobonichi, because I had to make some homemade pages so I can have something to use. I'm not really just like worried anymore about I guess the aesthetic, because once I write on it, I love the way that my handwriting looks on the paper, so I don't care anymore about what paper I'm using. But I'm rambling. I want to go ahead and just say thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll be back for another one.